Hello, good morning, happy Friday, Gigantoid Hot Wheels Club. It's Friday, so it's freestyle. I'm just going to open some miscellaneous stuff, and then the feedback part, I got two questions right there that I'm going to answer. One serious and one stupid, but I'm going to answer it anyway. um, so today, for opening, I'll answer the questions afterwards because you're here for the cars. You don't want to hear me run my mouth. Most of you, anyway. So I got this another 180SX Type X. This is from the what series is this? I don't even remember what the name of this series is. It's a silver label, so it's pretty recent. Oh, a 90s street scene. Sorry, it's the 90s street scene version, but had to have it because I'm all about the still 80s and the 180s right now. So to clear up some confusion in my own mind, here's what I found out. The 180SX was only sold in Japan, and it was a sister car to the Sylvia, which was also only sold in Japan. And originally it was introduced with the 1.8 liter 4, but then upgraded to the 2 liter 4. But this car, the same chassis, was sold in the US starting in 1989 as the 240SX, but that had a 2.4 liter 4. And meanwhile, in Europe, it was called the 200SX. But in the United States, there was a predecessor, like the S12 chassis, I think. There was a 200SX, probably a little more boxy. I haven't Googled that part, but I imagine those early 80s Nissans were kind of boxy. But yeah, I'm kind of smitten with this car. I don't know, JDM appeal. It's not a monster, just had a 4-cylinder. But it was rear wheel drive and came in a standard shift. So have to have them all, and I'm going to get them all soon. So I bought this little batch of cars, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them from somebody on the bay. And it was a good batch because I got a good deal for their loose. Collectors don't really like loose cars. And most of them I'm going to keep. The rest are going to go to the Gigantoid archive. So, most importantly, I got the black version of the Gretty 180 SX Type X. So, that's 2 more just today in my 180 collection. What else? I never heard of this Cadillac. It's called a Mirage. Is that right? It's a concept. And I don't know if they ever actually made it. It was a twin turbo V8. Let me get the specs and see what this actually says on the bottom. El Mirage, ending in a J. So you tell me. I don't think they ever made it, like production wise. It was just stated concept. But I don't collect caddies, so this is going to the archive. And then 2 of these Teslas, Model S's, a black one and a white one. Don't collect Teslas. Going to the archive. And these are just regular old mainlines. They're not even like multi-pack exclusives. An Acura, which I'm going to keep. I don't believe I have this one. If it turns out to be a duplicate, I'll put it in the archive. And this Dodge Charger. Pretty sure I don't have that one. Pretty sharp looking. And all these are in brand new condition, which I appreciate. And then there's these 3 Chevelle SS wagons. I have this one already, but I needed these 2. I guess they released 3 of the same casting kind of immediately. Here's the red one. Here's the blue one. And the gray one, which I already have. So this will be archive bound. And by the way, the Gigantoid Archive has its own website now, gigantoidarchive.com. You'll there's a link to it in the bottom in the description of this video, and I'll be talking about that a lot because it's live and it's no longer a part of the Ignition Diecast website. And yeah, check it out. Gigantoidarchive.com. So the questions. Can you see me okay? Focus all right? Would you buy and add to your collection a so-called lesser brand of car, Adventure Force at Walmart or Majorette, if they say made a Porsche casting that Hot Wheels, Matchbox, or Mini GT didn't make? Well, that's a great question because I'm always sort of evolving what I collect. So like a year ago, I was more model oriented, make and model oriented. So I bought one Adventure Force M3. They make a really black one. And those Adventure Force are actually Maisto cars or castings. So they're not total trash. They're not actually generic. They're just like a branded, a different brand. Maisto selling their cars under a different brand. And I did buy a lot of Majorettes actually because Majorette makes a lot of Porsche 911s and GTRs. So for a while, I was just more oriented towards a particular make of car, no matter who made it. Like, as far as muscle cars, M2 and Auto World made a lot of really cool 60s and 70s muscle cars. But I'm a loose collector, so when I took those out of the package, I was a little disappointed because to me, the Hot Wheels Premium is kind of like the gold standard. And though they didn't even like meet that standard, and you pay a lot. You pay about $7 for those cars anyway. But now I would say I'm a Hot Wheels collector. I collect some Mini GTs, Porsches, and BMWs, and I want to get them all. So I'm a completist about Mini GT with those two makes. But otherwise, I would have to describe my collecting habits as being a Hot Wheels collector first, and then which castings and which models I collect is the second question. So like, as recent videos have shown, I'm sort of going through my collection to see what I have of each casting and like listing each one. So I have a fair amount of Audis. I probably have half of them, but when it comes to Nissan, I think it was like 59. There's like 59 different Nissans, and I only have like a lot less. Actually, I think the number is bigger than 59 even. There's a ton. There's like 30 something of just the R33. So it's vast. So to summarize, I only collect Hot Wheels and Mini GT right now, and some Matchbox is kind of a supplement. And I've kind of like sworn off Adventure Force, Majorette, M2, Auto World, Johnny Lightning, Greenlight, all those other makes, just because I like the build quality of these particular cars. And the second question, which is, it's funny, but I'll answer it. You seem like a libtard based on some comments you had make. Why do you wear redneck caps? Okay, so I wear redneck caps because a lot of them are actually banned hats. But I wear a cap on a lot of these videos because my hair I'm growing it out and it's just unstylable. It's like 4 or 5 inches long, and there's nothing you can really do with it. I mean, I look like the professor from Back to the Future when I wake up. So that's why I wear hats. I probably won't once my hair is long and it can actually be put back. I'll either wear it down in these videos or wear it back like a aging hippie. And as far as I got to address this, and I'm not going to get political. The libtard comment, I consider myself to be in a gray area, which most people are in a gray area. Nobody's either left or right, red or blue. Everybody that I know personally is kind of a mix of the two, somewhere in between. So, for instance, I own property. I very much love guns. I have a lot of guns and a lot of ammunition, and I own property which I hunt deer on. I kill deer, and we live on a small hobby farm, um, and we eat a lot of meat. So I think veganism and vegetarianism is ridiculous. That's not how humans were built to be eating. So a lot of factors about me are kind of righty, but I do believe in human rights, equal rights, and science. So these days that makes me liberal. Uh, so whatever. Everybody's in the middle somewhere, and a lot of people have contradicting factors about themselves, and I definitely have a lot of contradictions about myself. So I don't resent the term libtard. It's incorrect because I don't trust any government or any corporation, not just one political party or the other. They all are out to get us. So happy Friday. I don't work on Fridays most of the time, and I'm going to get out there and be disappointed that there's nothing in the stores once again. So talk to you tomorrow, probably.